Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Try Out the Galactic Civilizations 3 beta. With me, verbose title. Get Daved, actually. So, trying to track down the Dringan homeworld. Does not look promising. Okay, well, I originally theorized that maybe they were coming from up top, because I saw their ship initially coming in this sort of a motion. Looks like that theory has some merit. We're not going to find any planets if I keep on exploring, but there might be anomalies, so I'm going to keep the car running. An artifact. Dang it! All sorts of good stuff out here. Lots of Illyrium. Alright, space junk. I like money. Okay. 1 credit. Also, I made some kind of huge mistakes earlier. I didn't talk about it a lot because I'm not taking it too seriously, but you can just blow a whole bunch of money on buying things. So for example, I could add this to the queue and then buy it. And so we've spent a huge amount of our money, but if you're gonna do that, the beginning's the time. So we could get developing a second planet again and sort of lay claim to its territory. That's the important thing. In the early phases of the game, you basically want to claim as much territory as you can safely. If you're just going to lose it again, then you're really saving other people money. But again, right now this is more an examination of the game. We're not going to get into the strategies or winning or fun or whatever it is that gets you off. Alright. Gonna be a nice long journey for the colony ship. Lee. And that's pretty much, I mean, there's always Mars, because we've got another colony ship coming in the near future. Also, just gonna remove the scout ship and go with constructors instead afterwards. We're very rapidly scouting everything I possibly can see right now, so I guess what I'm trying to say is why bother? Ship graveyard. Hopefully more than 1 credit this time. Gonna see if I can at least get visual information. I have a theory that that means black hole, of which there appears to be no shortage of. And we'll send you down here after. Alright, fine. Right into the thick of the uncharted territory. So we've got a few holes in our knowledge. Interesting. What a horrifying thought. But we've got guns, everybody. And that's a happy thing. I didn't think I'd actually get the chance to enjoy combat this early on. Be kind of cool if it could catch up and provide some escort. Escort services, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Early on, it's pretty rare to have ships that have wildly different speeds, unless it's part of a racial trait that you have. Ooh, antimatter. Safely floating near the event horizon of a black hole. Alright, problem found, everybody. The original theory was correct. The Dragon are to the north. Let's see if we can get there on time, because usually they're really, really quite horrible. Just the worst people you could ever start the game next to. Alright, we pulled ourselves a little bit out of the basement. That's nice. More money! I love money. Okay, we're on the brink of getting a decent manufacturing base for ourselves. Earth's just going through upgrading its stuff right now. Manufacturing is slowly clawing its way forward. So we can support a population of up to 16. The more people you have, the more money you make. Typically approval starts to go down. People like having free space. More influence is always nice. We can build multiple shipyards. I assume that would let us have multiple projects going at once, but let's at least see what happens. I'm going to cancel out one, but that's it. We'll have a second one. I don't know if it'll actually speed up the shipbuilding process, though. It'll be interesting. This was not something that was allowed previously. All right. Faster research sounds good. And we've got our second colony ship. We haven't really found a lot in terms of other colonizable planets, so let's get Mars out of the way. Yeah, everybody, we're happy to be on Mars. Which apparently has quadrupeds in its forests and hills. Okay, so that's a problem. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't even know if I think that's the right thing to do. These people are actively, like, attacking us. Plus 20% influence, though. Mars would be good at something. Whereas this is just totally neutral. Mars will also fill up pretty easily. Oh wait, plus 10% productivity. I'll take the influence gain. As you can see, Mars is a lovely and dynamic place. Got a nice consulate coming along. I don't think we can get a proper adjacency bonus, but we might as well try for it. There we go. Eventually, if we discover terraforming or other ways of improving the planets, it might pan out a little better. But for now, that's probably about as nice as we can make Mars. Typically, you can add about 6 tiles through technological research. So Mars could be up to a class 10 by the end. At its best, it could be average. Our scout's idling. That won't do. Looks like the colony ship may actually be just flat out faster. I could have checked. No, they're the same speed. That's fine. Filtrius is totally going to be attacked. As soon as we colonize, it'll expand our territory and we'll be set. We probably don't have to go all the way around. That should suffice. Can take a nice look at it. Can see the colony modules stuck to the side. I will not be upgrading it at this time. That's usually pretty expensive to do. Sometimes you lose the experience points. Depends how they're handling that in this game. Ships can level up in most Galactic games. It's quite lucrative. So close. Do it. You're mine. Alright. Massive building-sized worms right where we want to put the colony. Alright. They have just as much a right to be here as we do. Well, that's true. Take any of their worm treasure. So we could take a penalty, but research. Ah, the benefits of knowledge. Well, sorry, worms. Goodbye, Shai Halud. There we go. Nice cluster of factories to start things off. No special characteristics about this planet, so that's kind of too bad. But it's huge, and that's what matters. We'll start them out like that and see how they get going. Also, a nice thing they've changed in this version now, in previous versions of Galactic Civilizations, when you make a colony, for example, and you're building buildings, you will only be able to construct the newest version of it, so that would be a Xeno factory instead of a basic factory. This actually makes colonizing in the late game kind of difficult because the game would force you to build something really expensive, but at the start of a new colony, they essentially have no industrial output. And that would make me sad. Alright, we have the opportunity to get quite a bit of antimatter, and it doesn't look like anyone else has a really easy way of getting back here, because there's nowhere to colonize, so they would have to build a ton of star bases just to gain range. So, E-dip. We're gonna gobble up all those resources. Oh yeah, I forgot about that when I colonized Mars. That's probably really annoying to everybody watching this. But you know what? It's okay. I'm still glad we got Mars. It had all those wonderful trees and hill people. There we go. It'd be kind of cool if we could shoot down that scout, actually. I'm going to see if I can run it down. My scout is super slow. I'm going to speculate that that means theirs is as well, so I could possibly catch it. Also a yellow boundary. Looks like Filtrius is near a bunch of people's territory. Earth is also very nearing the end of... Oh, never mind. They've got a bunch of stuff to work on. Get back to work. Looks like they don't have any production carryover from previous construction. That's worth noting. Income is still only 5 per turn. We're officially doing a bit better though, so that's nice. It would actually be beneficial if I could get as far over as possible, since that's not the edge of the map, that's the edge of what we can explore. Okay, now we're talking. They have a really scary looking ship, actually. That is much stronger than mine. They put missiles on it, everybody. So let's blow up their scout while we can. Oh, it's gone, everybody. Sorry about the choppy frame right there. There could be performance gains that they come up with later in development. Or again, it could just be the style of recording software I'm using. I'm just using Open Broadcaster, which does tax your system a little bit. Not a ton. That colonization of Filtrius probably upset them, and I should very quickly... Ah, dang it. Did my ship kaboom? Yeah. My ship kaboomed. We hurt them pretty badly, though. They probably don't have invasion technology quite yet. Alright, Earth. Still can't really talk to them. their opinion of me hasn't gone down even though they're fighting me. So that's nice. Guns. I will choose weapon systems. It's time for fighting. We still have no resources, which is kind of challenging. I'm not sure which resource would even be the best to go for, but that's okay. I wonder how much it would cost to quick build this. We have enough money. Alright, that's looking to be a black hole, so we'll swing back and pick up some more anomalies. Maybe we'll have another ship in there and we can finish off the Drangan. Their ship's already recovering, so we're going to need one that's tougher than theirs. Alright, we've got a pretty good handle on our territory here. And we have our first constructor. Let's go for the Durantum. It was the first one we found. Antimatter sounds like it's a more advanced late game piece of tech. Ooh. More range, everybody. We don't have many ships in our fleet at this point, so that kind of sucks, but range is always nice. Let's see if we can take the scenic route. Take advantage of this hexagon-shaped map for us. And Scouter. Straight into the unknown regions with you. So it looks like they haven't come up with the fancy combat mode yet. The game's still very early. I expect subsequent betas will start unlocking more and more features as they finish up coding them. I suppose that's kind of an obvious thing to say, but usually in a beta they have like the whole, or more than this unlocked, but again, I expect as time goes on they'll deal with that. Construct starbase. Interesting, we can build a shipyard. It might actually do alright if it got attacked, by the way. Somebody's gobbling up all of the anomalies. I did leave them for a very long time. That's to be expected, I suppose. Okay, good, everybody. Guns! I do like beams, so let's go with them. I'm going to end this video here. In the next one, we'll invent those beams and then put them on a ship and then shoot their ships, and I think that'll be a good time. I'll see you there.